And my little pedestal. Ooh. Pop you up. Alright, that's my hair look. Crazy hair. A little early, a little early. Alright. If you're watching the replay, thank you for joining. I am just setting up the information for the live. Batch cutting shapes with the cutting machine to make several cards at once. Save. Alright. That is all good. And I want to watch it on here so I can see commentos. Oh, I should have brought my glasses. Alright. And there we are with a big leg. Yay. Okay, paper, paper, paper. Oh, I'm out of paper. Oh no. I can do the cards. I can do a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's great. I'm sending some pages through the Cricut to cut out some card fronts. Ooh. All right. That's all that's left. Not very much garbage. And then get our design off the sticky mat. All right. This one is super cute. Hello, Miss Susie from Illinois. How are you doing this evening? Yes, happy Thanksgiving. And tomorrow it's going to be so fun. Just chilling around the house, eating a bunch of goodies. I'm just getting my pile of goodies ready so we can make a lot of cards all at once. Maybe. This one's really stuck down. Hello, Aline. Sorry if I said that wrong. Thank you for joining. I do appreciate. Hope you're having a good evening. These I just posted the cut file. Hello, Chow. I posted the cut file for these on the FSC. They are free for personal use, but they are now ready for the solid deer, so you can send it through your Cricut machine. And I've got one more coming through. I have lost my paper trimmer. Hello, Miss Craft with Barbara. Thank you for joining today. Aline is actually very close. All right. I wish these things, we could talk into them, you know, a talking chat. So you can say, no, it's pronounced like this. Wouldn't that be fun? Then I wouldn't have to look at chat. I can just listen. All right. I am taking some 12 by 12 paper and I'm cutting it down the middle to make some 6 by 6 cards. Cut it down the middle, then fold it down the middle. Hi, Miss Cindy. Thank you for joining. You guys ready to make some Christmas cards? Do you guys have big lists this year to send out to? Oh, pardon me. I'm just creasing my 12 by 12s in half so we can have good 6 by 6 cards. If you have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you would cut the why am I always having problems with that one? So if you use 8.5 by 11, okay, you got your long side, so this is your 11, and if you fold it in the middle, it's going to be 5.5. So you want to make your 8.5 side 5.5, so you'll have a good chunk for other stuff. But you can definitely make 5.5 by 5.5 or 5 by 5 cards. Hello, Mr. Ryan. How are you tonight? Gotta remember where I'm folding. And then I just pulled out all that paper like I needed that for a demo. All right, so the last time we spoke live, I was doing the round ornaments. And in the program, if you make a square and then put your image on top of it, you can center them together and then cut them out. What that does, okay, let me go ahead and flip you up so you guys can see this. Pardon me. All right, we're going to, nope, I need to flip my screen. Go back down. Here we go. Okay. And I think we were up too high last time, so we're gonna scooch down a bit. There we go. All right. Oops. Come on. Now it's gonna be a little pesky thing. Sorry if you guys are getting a little seasick there. All right. That looks crooked. Does it look crooked in the monitor to you guys? I did. Okay, now can we hear me? Because I accidentally hit the mute button. Okay. I'm going to bring it up just a hair. Maybe. Ooh, my contraption is having a hard day today. All right. No breathing. I think I got it. No. Why is it being ridiculous? Yeah, I don't know what. Okay. Now, are we going to stay in this normal mode? It's kind of swinging today. And let's see. Yep, all good. Okay, so when you so you have your square in Cricut. I'm assuming you can do this with all your design spaces. I don't know why it took me forever to figure that out. So you have your full sheet, or my apologies. You make a square, and I made my square in Cricut. I made it a 5.65 to maximize a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Okay. And then what I did is I had my 6.65, and then I manipulated my image a little bit so that the tallest point was 5 and the widest point was 5. So this deer is now a 5 by 5. Then you click your little box and you click your little image and you align them to center. So they center with each other. And once you've done that, you've got them centered. One's going to be one color, one's going to be another color. Then you're going to attach them. When you attach them, they become the same color with just an outline in there. And once they're attached and you tell it to print 4 of them, it will go to your Cricut or your cutting machine and cut 4 perfect 5.65 squares. And in those squares, in the very center of those squares, is going to be your ornament, your whatever you put in the center will be there. Hi, Miss Nancy. Thank you for joining, Suzanne. I literally just started. I started a couple minutes before 7. I just had this part I just wanted to get done and out of the way. So I've got quite a bit of these going. So we haven't been here very long. Miss Cindy says about 13 minutes. Hi, Regina. Thank you for joining. And Margaret, thank you. Jonah, hello. So that's what I did is I just cut designer paper right out of your stash. Just load up your mat and then it will cut these beautiful, perfect little squares. And then your cute little whatever. I mean, if you have holidays, birthdays, Christmas, Easter. Oh, how fun would that be? We should do that. We should do like a little chick shape for Easter. I'm going to have to put that in my design thing. In an egg shape. We'll have to do that next Easter time. Okay. So, we have our little squares. And we have our little centers. So, this is going to go for one style of card. And then this one is going to go for another style of card. So, we can make 2 cards out of one piece. Okay, very clever, right? Ha ha ha. Set those aside. When you're out chopping your designs, you are going to want to do one on a heavier cardstock, or even if you have stencil material, okay? So this is going to be my stencil, because we're going to do some quick ink blending so that these cards have a little bit of character. Because how lovely, granted that's super lovely right there, you know. Score, fold. Okay. So here's our nice card, right? And then we have that one. Isn't that cute? But we're going to do some ink blending. So that'll be fun. And then this one, see that nice 5.65 gives us a nice little trim. We can go around the outside with some glitter tape. I mean, you can do all sorts of beautiful stuff there. Well, I'm sorry you're not happy. We're doing Christmas cards, like it says in the title. We use the Cricut machine to cut out an image. And we're just getting started. That's what lives are for. To work it out. Alrighty. So, with this image, we want our we want our little template that we made so that we can ink in this area. If you want to be more, ooh, that's nice too. You can layer, oops, that's backwards. Get over there. If you want more height, you can stack them up too. Ooh, that might be a good idea. Sorry, I got off track. I liked how that was stacked up. All right. Card book. Yeah, square cards are super fun. Granted, they do cost a little bit extra to mail. It's the butterfly stamp, or I think it's 75 cents. But that's all right. Let's pull out some colors, because I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this guy, and we've got some reds and greens. So how about some nature, some blues, the sky, like the sky is poking through. So we're gonna grab out some blues, and we'll do a light center, and then we'll do a dark edge. Okay. Now, because we're putting this over the top, we don't have to be specific with our template. But what our template is going to allow us to do is get the ink in the general area, so we don't have to waste a lot of ink. Okay, I'm going to start with the dark blue. And again, we tap off so that we don't make a swirly mess on our paper. If you're using actual stencil material, you could, I wonder if I could pixie spray this down. Let's find out. So we've made a stencil with just a sheet of paper. It is lightly tacked. Ooh, that's pretty too. Oh yeah, that lets go really nice. So you can pixie spray your paper down to your paper. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Because see how I have it off there? Because I can go back in and fill that in. I want my tips really dark anyways. Really dark tips. All right. And so we're going to get this tip nice and dark, like it's a night sky coming down. And if this is for a hunting friend's birthday, you can just use like a plaid. You don't have to make it Christmassy at all. Or say like you printed this with your toner and then you foiled it. You could put this over the top and save your foiling. Or if you did reverse foiling, put this over your foil so that when you ink, you don't get ink all over your stuff. Okay, and then we're just gonna do a lighter blue here. And then we're gonna come in with our second darkest blue and bring that on down. Okay, So if you're doing the oranges, you're going to do your deep oranges down into the yellows, or reverse if it's a sun up versus sun down. Okay. And then we're going to grab our lightest blue. And just finish that there. Okay. Look how lovely that is. Ooh! Isn't that gorgeous? And then you can get your little Arteza. Let's do some splashies. Because splashies are fabulous, right? Oh, thank you, Regina. Yeah, that card was really fun to do. Okay, so make sure you have a towel handy if you're like me and get crazy. So you can take your shimmer sprays, your anything with micas in it. Oops, I need more water. Just get some shimmers in there. Tap those on. Okay. Maybe do some of this iridescent purpley one. Oh yeah. Okay. And this is meant to be super easy. Now, you can see that I went outside my lines a little bit. And I'm not worried whatsoever about that, right? Because I was at the dollar store today. Let me get that out, because that'll be perfect. I was at the dollar store today, and guess what I found? Found some green shimmer tape. Okay. So if you make boo-boos, you know what? It's just a sign that you need to pull out something extra. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. This is a Heidi Swap brand sitting at the dollar store in their craft section. So I thought that was pretty cool. Maybe if I can get it open. It's stuck to me. Okay. So it's got this. There we go. It's got a nice long. Okay, so this isn't like washi tape. This is a different animal, maybe. I don't understand this. It's got, okay, it is sticky. All right. Now I'm just gonna get it close to my deer as possible. Because, you know, I'm just going to trim that off. That's no biggie. It's a little wide. If you have thinner stuff, you can use your thinner stuff. Did you just see that, like, totally stick to my table there? Alright, sorry, I've been a little too focused here. Okay, so if you're using a tape, now watch. I'm going to cut this nice and close. Hopefully it doesn't bend up on me too much. Ooh, no, no, no. Okay, I'll go this way then. Use your paper and your scissors to do the work for you. Okay, because your scissors want to cut right next to that paper. But look at this. If I put my not cut side down towards the edge and my cut side up, I've just used one. That is super pretty. You used one piece to do two sides. Pretty slick, huh? There we go. And this is kind of thick, but it's definitely not washi tape. This is like a real, it's a strong tape. So don't get this stuff at the dollar store expecting it to be like a washi tape. Because look, it totally stuck to my table. Yes. If you're not part of the FSC, which would be weird, I think most of my fam is from the FSC. Chow did do a Black Friday list of people that are having Black Friday sales. So if you have a little bit of a budget and you've been eyeballing something at a specific company, go check out that list. Use those links, open up 2 tabs, have those links handy, and then go shopping online this year. Support some of those smaller businesses that can only be online, okay? And that's the link for the Facebook group. Aline got her Arteza metallic watercolors. One of them was missing. Oh, that's, you know, I've heard that where they'll, if you're missing one or one is broken, they'll send you a whole new set. That's kind of cool. Okay, so now I'm going to leave this hang over a little bit, just like before, and sneak it on up here. Okay, and then we're going to snip. So this is probably the most tedious part, is if you're doing an edge. Okay. And again, you just open your paper, set your scissors right in there. It's like a little travel area for your scissors. And just like driving, when you're cutting with your scissors, you're not watching here or here, you're watching out front. And so you're watching where those scissors are gonna go, and that'll give you the most straight line. All right, so now we're gonna tuck this in. That one's a little close, but that's all right. And if there's anything hanging off, like I do have a little bit hanging off, just gonna come in here and trim that down. Maybe. It's kind of sticky. All right. So now you have your nice glitter edge. You have your nice sparkly area. Tuck that down. And then you can just grab your front plate like so. Add a little bit of glue, stick glue, taped glue. If you really want a big wow, you could back your thinner paper with a cardstock. We saw that that did look pretty cool. And then you just line that back up. Look at that. Lay flat. And I've got a little bit of a halo because I was off a little bit. We can fix that next time. It's not a big deal, although it does look very interesting. Maybe I'm going to keep that. But there we go. One card already done. For our nice little shimmers. Must not buy anything anymore. Budget blown. Yeah. I have those days. I had Amazon. They did a bad. They lost my entire order. It's lost in transit for days. So I had to ask for a refund on that. So I don't have my fancy paper yet. So dollar store, do that. You can do that several times. Literally make 4 of these, because when we cut them out, I cut it out in sets of 4. I'd have 4 cards exactly the same. But let's say we want to do something specific on the inside. And don't throw this away. It's still got a lot of tack to it, and those colors won't mess with your next blending. So I want to do this one. Isn't that just adorable? Adorbies. Look at that. I think what we're going to do with this one is going to be super easy. So we're going to get our little template out on this one. Okay. Because I don't need to color the whole area. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a pencil, and I'm going to mark the top, one of those sides, one of those points, right there, the tree trunk. I'm just marking a couple little points. Okay, and then this will help if we, like, our lining is a little off. I'm going to get some green, because who doesn't love green? And I'm just going to fill that in right to all my dots. Okay. Oops, come here, you. Okay. And I'm gonna come in with some, blend that right in there, because I don't want it too soft. Oh yeah, look at that green. Mixing your colors, you know, you create a new green. Isn't that just gorgeous? Let's see how it looks with our, oh yeah. Okay, so I can come out a little bit more over here. Okay, and again, you can get your spritzy stuff. Do I have spritzy stuff? Yes, I do. I have some old stuff. Add a fine, this is Tattered Angels, long ago. But let's just, I'm going to hold it up high. Aw, it's toast. It finally bit the dust. Let's add some water. I mean, I think maybe it's just because it's empty. Because there's still a lot of shimmer in there. Let's see what that does. All right. And I'm going to go on the back of the card because I made a boo-boo, and that's okay. Now I'm going to clean my mess, and that's actually a lot of green. Pardon me while I clean. Oh, look at that. And I just use my scraps to do some cleaning. I'm going to throw some red in there later, I think. All right. Get our towel. Oops, our little trees. Clean that up. Now, this was kind of juicy, so it has, it needs to dry a little bit. So I'm going to hit it with the blow dry. No, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to lay this down and dab it up. Just because I think it will be interesting, and yep, because it's water reactive, I've pulled some of the color, but it's still shimmery where it's at. Oh, don't those look beautiful? Now here's the thing, right? This is going to go in here. Oh, it's so cute. You can grab we're going to grab some Game Over because that's a nice red color. And you grab your water brush. Okay. And then you can make little red dots like they were garland. And you just do kind of a little swoopy motion. Look at that. Just tiny little dots. They don't even have to be perfect. Ta-da! Our tiny little tree. And then you would fancy up your edges. We can do that with some, we'll ink it up around the edges. Just because I think it'll look pretty. Oh, that is so shimmery. I wish you guys could see this. Okay, so we're just going to take the ink, the lighter of the two, right around the edges. It doesn't even have to be perfect. You can go in with a distresser color if you want to distress it out more. Ugh, look at that. I'm really happy with that one. And then again, you would just glue this right down and you've got another card done. And because you have this like this, what you can do is, if you don't want to accidentally ink your card, you cut yourself some bases, some squares that are going to go over this. You ink all of your bases. Then you put these down on all of them. Then you go back and you put your little dots, your little fancy whatnots, and then you've got this ready to go. And you can make a bunch of them all at once, especially since you can cut 4 at a time on the Cricut. Scan and cut, yes. Scan and cut, anything that you can load an SVG into and cut. There are tons of free SVGs out there. You just got to look for silhouette for this kind of design is what you're going to look for. Free SVG silhouettes. I downloaded an owl. Oh, it was super cute. And I made a stencil with that one. And doing this similar technique. Now I need to spray and clean. Gotta clean. Oh. See, I've got a paint texture on this paper. So it's shimmery. Okay, we'll grab that red and we're going to put that red right there. Oh yeah, that needs more red though. Okay. And then I just set these aside and let them dry up, and I can die cut them. I can do all sorts of goodies with them. I made a card with a bunch the other day. Okay. So now let's just do a, oops, sorry tree, I ran you over. So say you've used up all your pattern paper and you don't have any pattern paper left. Okay, so we went crazy and we made a bunch of beautiful stuff. We're going to do 5.5 by 5.5 squares. That's our card front. Okay, that's basically what you're going to make to do. So if you don't want to mess up your card, like I was explaining before. So let's do another one. So we're going to do 5.5. About 5.5. And then these you save for sentiments and whatnot. You can stamp and chop them up. Very, very good stuff there. Okay. So we have these two, and we're going to line them up because we know the one is bigger. So we're just going to line this up so we get that deer in the center. And we have our pixie spray on it, so it's going to sit really nice in there, okay? Now, I don't, oops, it's sitting right here. I'm going to pixie spray the back of this little booger too, right? Is that the back? Don't pixie spray the front. If you don't have pixie spray, it's interesting. It's like, it dries sticky, but not super sticky. So you can set your stuff down. Okay. See that? How I've put that in there? Now I'm going to take this outer one off. And I'm going to leave the deer in there. Because we've run out of pattern paper, we're going to make our own paper. Okay. What? Who invited you to the party? Look at this little piece of garbage on my card. Get off of there. Get. All right. Right, Cindy. The big difference with the scan and cut over the Cricut is you can take advantage of your existing stamps and get them cut. The scan and cut would look at your image and cut around it. So if you do some stamping, it saves on the fussy cutting. It is on one of my wish lists. But we can still work around a little bit, especially with companies that have matching SVG files like kitchen sink stamps. You can cut the little die cut out and then stamp right on those. So that helps too. Okay, so now we have the deer. We know it's in the center. Okay, we can ink around that and make some really cool stuff. So let's get, let's do a non-traditional color. Let's do some purple with this tropical tango. I like mixing those two. And then see where that takes us. Okay. This time I'm going to clean my brush because I had a lot of those blues and I don't necessarily want blue mixed with my purple. Okay. Chow hasn't tried a square card yet. What? And if you're not wanting to do squares, what you can do is find images that are more narrow. You can definitely take this tree and make it narrow and tall, okay, to fit like a slim line to 5x7, whatever your heart feels like making. I'm going to go really dark around these edges, but I'm going to be careful because this is just pixie spray. It's not like super glued down. You can, I don't know if you can see, but I've got some other color mixing with my purple a little bit. But that's okay because it's still really pretty. Okay, super, oops, dark around the edges. So you can take your supplies and do a lot with them. Think outside the box. You know, if you have a stencil, you can mask out areas and then do, oops, sorry dear, just told myself to be careful and then I ran it over like a dump truck there. Okay. So now we're going to go in with the Tropical Tango. This is like a greenish, bluish, I don't know. It's a pretty color. And I probably did that backwards. But that's all right. I did. I should have went dark around the edge and then got lighter to the center. But we're going to make it work. Mix the two. Oh, I love these colors together. And I keep smooshing that. If you have stencil making material, it would be better to make this one time out of real stencil, and then you can pull it out any time of the year. 24/7. I'm going to bring in a little bit more purple. And if you have a good ink, if you can afford a good ink, Simon Hurley, I've watched the Catherine Poolers, Gina K's. A good ink will let you build up and just plug in more color. And that's what you want to look for. Watch those YouTubers and how they use their inks. And then you're going to pick what you want from that. Okay, so now we have this nice, pretty, blended goodness going on. Okay, we're going to hit it with some sparkle. If you don't have sparkle, these are water reactive. You could mist over the top. So this is just water, straight up water. You see how it just instant reaction. I'm just gonna dab it up. I got a little pooling going on, but that's okay. Look at that. Look at those little spots with no glitter whatsoever. Isn't that fabulous? And then you could, well, there is glitter because this rag is full of glitter from last time. Now, when you go and do your reveal, you have this stark white in there. You could frame it, send it off that way as a card, or remember all of those outlines we used? Well, now you have your die. Now here you can line it up exactly. It should fit in there for the most part. Okay, or you could pull it up and over just a hair so it gives an offset shadow. How cool is that? If you want to add texture, cut out your designer paper and then cut out a white cardstock backer just to give it some dimension. And then you've got a nice thick inlay that you, or overlay that you can set down. And you have another piece for another card. The inking went really nicely right over the top of that. Yeah, I scrunched his ear a little bit, but you know, once you glue that down, you've literally just made another card. Now, how striking is that? Just to have something so simply ink blended, splotchy, right on a stark white backer. You don't even have to do anything. You could put a sentiment across there or put your sentiment on the inside. Very simple for a guy, I would think. You know, your deer hunter. If you like to say, oh, happy hunting season, whatever. Okay, you can do this with the tree as well. So you have lots of options. Okay, and let us pull out the tree. So we have our tree, okay, and then we have our centerpiece. Come here, centerpiece. We're going to do very similar. Let's do it in reverse. Last time we did it this way. Let's do the tree in reverse just to see how it looks. So we're going to do, okay, Make sure I have this going the right way. We're going to pixie spray the back of our stencil. And I'm just spraying right over the garbage can. Okay. Nice light. You just go psh and just spray. Give it a shake and spray. Shake and spray. Not to be confused with shake and take. They've got good milkshakes there. Okay, so now we're going to ink the inside. Ooh, you know what? We did a little bit of that. I ran off and left you. Okay, I know in here, pardon me, because the last time we stamped those snowflakes in there, inka-dinka-doo, inka-dinka-doo. I know you. No. Okay, I've got some ornaments somewhere that I think will be spectacular for this. Hampton Art, right? No. Lost my Christmas ornaments. I have to redo my organization for this. Craft Smart. Nope, that's Easter. Crafter's Companion. Nope, those are those. Ah! Go Bunny. Okay. Oh, maybe. Nope. 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 Yes. Ha! It's Recollections. Yeah. Somebody. There we go. Okay. So. This here. I've got this cute little holly. And I've got this cute little swaggy thingy, and then these little ornaments. So whatever you've got lying around the house in your crafty stash. So we're gonna need a green tree, and I want mine more bright and festive, but I do need, you know how when trees grow and they're new, the tips are a lighter color? We're going to do that. We're going to have a dark center and then a lighter tip. Okay, so clean our little brush. And overzealous. And that's lit. Okay, so overzealous is going to be our tips. Because it's a new tree. It's got new life on it. Well, not really in the winter, but you know. Okay. And then let's throw in some brown for our trunk this time. Get that up there. So we've got our brown for our trunk. We've got some green. And then we're going to go in with our darker green. Make sure I get that brown cleaned up. Okay. Oh yeah. Look at that. Woo! I love trees. You can do pretty much anything you want to them and they still look gorgeous. And we're going to make the bottom a little bit darker just because we can. All right. So, Litigator. All right. So here we have these. We don't need anything fancy. So we're just going to pull out our little block. We're going to do some of these little hollies on there. Do we want to stamp them in? No, I better do them in black. Come here, little memento. Then grab out a scrap piece of paper. Not that scrap. That one's a pretty scrap. Ah, here we go. Oh, yeah. All right. So, just willy-nilly put them on there. Okay, turn them. Do what you want. Get that one out of there. Put like a little bow. Haha, that fit in there really good. Go like that for that area. And then see if we can't get an ornament to fit in there. Now I'm going to do one ornament at a time. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. Okay. And then I'm going to clean off the extra because I got it on that little guy, and I'm going to test it out, see if I got it enough. Yeah, so that would have worked. So I'm just going to use the little corner, a little bit over there. Oh, it's so cute. And get this little ornament here. Just sometimes we have to get creative. Granted, you could cut apart your stamp, but I'm not gonna. Okay, let's put that one right there. And then one more little ornament. Yeah. Can we do the middle one? Sure can. We're gonna wipe them all off, except for the middle one. Yes, I just use my fingers. I clean them off later. And I have a little boo-boo there, so I'm going to kind of eyeball it so I catch that little boo-boo. Oops. But it would help if I actually stuck the whole thing down. There we go. Okay, and I'm not worried about that because that's off my page. If we have other little boo-boos, you can go in there. So say like right here, a little berry. Okay. All right. Kind of different. I don't know if I'm in love with that one, but you know, it's not terrible either. We'll send that to somebody down lower on my list. Somebody I know that's not watching. Okay. So if you use your fingers to clean the stamps, be sure to clean your fingers before removing to reveal. Maybe. So I'm not in love with those designs. Those are a little bit bigger. But that's okay. And you can be done. You could do a little trimming, put it on your card front. Okay, maybe you have another pattern paper here and you just have this nice simple tree there. You know what this tree needs? It needs some splashes. I think we need some splashes. Let's do some black. Maybe that will help. If anybody watches Mirror Me Small Art, we should know that splashes are good, right? Splashes are great. Get some ink on there. So we got some black splashies. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I'm liking that better. And then we'll get some silver splashies. And let's see. Ooh, I think we need some red splashies. keep working at it. And if at the end it's still hideous, then you can throw it away. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice big red splat right there. Ha-ha! So yeah, I just needed some splashies. I'm happier with that now. Am I in view? I think so. So lots of different things you can do with the one design. So if you're out there searching for silhouette die cuts, okay, make your own stencils. Keep the inside and the outside so you can do stuff like this. Again, you know, you could go right over the top of that. You have options. You can layer these with some foam tape. You know, different paper gives different looks to it. Pretty awesome. That actually looks pretty good. But no, I like my splots. I like that one with splashies. Better get that out of there. Ooh, I need my paper. We're going to pick up that red and black. Cleanup time. Get your papers out. Ooh, that one's kind of rustic. That way there, I don't feel guilty because I'm using this to make other stuff. So if I oversaturate with my colors and whatnot, I just clean it up that way. Stamp surgery. Yes. Can definitely do stamp surgery. All right. So what do you guys think? Is that something that looks like fun that you would want to go make some quick Christmas cards? Because like I said, you put down your stencil center and you've actually made another card because that looks super cool. Okay. Can do more. Oh, so fabulous. The trees, cut those out. But say like you want super easy and you're like, no, that's just too much work for me. Well, here's what you can do. I give you a tip. I ran over my tree with a chair. If you want to go super simple, pick out 2 papers and piece them together, okay? And you can make a ton of cards that way too. Regina says, before I forget, let me wish all of you happy, healthy Thanksgiving. Yes, thank you. Yep, black cardstock backs on these. I know I pulled a sheet of black out. But what I did with it, nobody knows. So if you do these, you can back them in a black mat, a glitter mat, a metallic mat. I mean, the options are really endless. And there you go. If you have a lighter color design, set that on a black. Yeah, Aline, she got the Santa Claus stamp that was on a wood block. If you like the wood blocks, hold on a second. These are you can find these at thrift stores on sale, but there is a way that you can pop them off. I don't have the heart to do that though. So, but if you pop them off, you can also make them sticky so you can use them on your stamp apparatuses. But I need that wonderful tool that Nancy showed, the little stamp apparatus. Thank you. Eagercraft says, think great nails. Yeah, I got to do them up again this weekend. They're a month old. It's time for Christmas colors. Okay, so fabulous goodies. I hope I didn't have you. Oh, yay! So we basically were able to create a couple of card bases in an hour. To be fair, when I was sitting at my Cricut staring at it going, okay, how do I do this? It did take me about 20 minutes to realize, oh, stack in your Cricut, stack your shape, your box that you want to use with your image, center them, attach them together, and then send them through the cut so you get a nice, perfectly centered. That one's really pretty. I like that with that. So 20 minutes fiddle with this, but then when it started cutting, it was just one in, one out, and then peel them apart. You go through and you make a bunch of, just sit there and have fun, make beautiful backgrounds. And you're like, well, you know, I have backgrounds. What do I do? Okay, so you have backgrounds from other stuff. See if they'll work. You know, we've been saving our ink smooshing. You know, what kind of stuff can you throw back there? As long as it fits in your thing, all of your alcohol ink backgrounds, anything you can think of, you can fill your silhouette, or yeah, your silhouette cut out and have great, great stuff. Okay, Elaine says she used a letter opener I'm assuming to get it off the mount, and an easy mount to make a cling. Okay. Put them in the microwave for about 5 seconds and they come right off. That's kind of cool. I have some other stamps that I wouldn't mind trying to take apart. Nancy's officially on vacation. Whoop, whoop. Get some rest in there. So yeah, ooh, wouldn't that be fun? A scripty tree. I know a lot of you have scripty stamps. You stamp it out in the greens and then do a scripty stamp. Ooh, that's going to be pretty. Ooh, I need to make one of those. What you have, you know, and if you don't have a die cutting machine, you can print the image and then fussy cut it out for this inner one. Or if you have an X-Acto knife, follow along your lines with an X-Acto knife to cut it out and make your own stencils. It is possible. That's what we had to do back in the day before the cutting machines, was the X-Acto knife method. Chop those out of there. Yeah, Nancy had one of those super bad allergy days. I had one of those so bad. I showed up at my aunt's house and I'm like sneezing the entire drive over there for an hour and a half. I get there and she's like, "Are you sick?" I'm like, "No, it's my allergies." Took my Benadryl, took a nap, and woke up like nothing ever happened. And allergies, they're just so mean. Craft with K. That tree is stunning. Thank you. You can find it in the FSC under the Files tab. The tree silhouette is where it's supposed to be in the November release by me. The little deer is in its own little file. It's an SVGG. When you download it, delete a G. When you download the zip, delete one of the P's in order for your system to read it and recognize it and open it for you. And then you too can make these beautiful designs for personal use. And be sure, be sure, if you make some cards, even if you use like an owl or a wolf, whatever you find those free silhouettes, post them in the Facebook, show everybody what creativity you came up with. We'd love to see your cards. Even though we are the Foiling Snobs Club, your card does not even have to have a touch of foiling on it. If you're new to the FSC, go up into the tabs up top and go into the albums and make your own album so you can store your creations there so people can go back in and check stuff out and see how wonderful it is. If you're bored and you need some more wonderful content, check out the moderators, Nancy Stamps, Chow, Create with Chow. She has YouTube as well. Glitter Grunge Greetings. He does beautiful cards as well. There's a lot of YouTubers in our lovely group. Check them out. Subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any lives and fun stuff. Alrighty. Craft Maven Deb. Sorry to join late. Oh, yes. I'm sorry you're late too. Here, let me show you what we made. So you can go back in the replay and see. We used a white, and this here is just 80-pound Nina. That's all I used here. I cut a little stencil. I sprayed the back with some pixie spray. And when I had this little guy down, I did the ink blending over this little guy. Okay, so I got 2 for 1. So I've got the little cutout with some nice ink blending with some water splots, and then that one. Okay, those are just stunning, aren't they? And if you're a scrapbooker, you know, you can make these smaller and do a bunch of like this style and just line them up down your page. How fun would that be? Or do like this and then put your 2 photos in there. That would be cute too. And then we did a tree in the same fashion. We took our little stencil and we ink blended so that we just got the tree in there. Then we stamped. And remember, if you're using a stencil and you're stamping, be sure to push kind of a light little rock because you are on a lip of paper. And so you want a good connection. So give it a light little rock. Splatters. We did black splatters, red splatters, and some shimmery splatters. We did a nice little background with so that our little tree had a little home. I really like this one. Okay, and don't be, if you get the back, it just adds character, you know. Okay, so lots of goodies in the video. Oh, wow, those. Oh, Miss Tracy, hello, how are you feeling? Do I see where she says? Tracy had a rough day. Oh. You're not supposed to have rough days when you're supposed to be getting better. Yes, thank you, Nancy. She's posted the Arteza Metallics. Don't you have no, never mind. That would be your link. Click on that link. Use that to shop at Arteza. It helps support Nancy because she's got great content on her channel. Yeah. Okay, and then the FB promo 15 for 15% off. Use your codes, my friends. And again, check out the post that Chow made in the FSC for all the Black Friday deals. There's some really good ones. Oh, Tracy's in the craft room making thank you cards. Will you take it easy? One stamp at a time. Yes, Craft with K says, I could see Ryan distressing those edges. Yeah. And yeah, I can see it right now on this one. And when you distress, you can use something in the same tone but darker. And of course, let's do, I need my, ooh, squeaky. And you don't need a ton, just enough. See, oh, just give that a pop. Sometimes that's what it needs. It just needs a little bit of pop. Okay, so this is a grayish, a darker grayish color, not exactly black. Okay, and then if you want to do same shade or same color family, it's just going to give a different look. Ooh, look at that. So we have the purple on purple, and then we have like a sooty black color on there versus nothing. See, yeah, inky edges, I don't know. There's just something about an inky edge that's just really fabulous, right? I've got a lot of cards to make this year. Lots of cards to make. But, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments after the video, or during any of my videos. I like to answer questions. Yeah, it does make it pop, doesn't it? And we can even do it to this one. I think I would do that one in some shades of green with black would be pretty with this one. But so I will let you guys go, I think, and so you can go and cut something out with your Cricut or X-Acto knife, and we will see you next time. Yeah, next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I do appreciate you all for joining me. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.